Hi friends, in our time together today, I'm introducing that great polka, Britches Full of Stitches. I know a lot of you already know this tune, but we've had a number of folks in our community asking that we walk through it. This is one of those tunes everybody should know because it's that popular. It serves as a great beginner tune because it's reasonably easy to play. You're staying in the middle of the whistle, and it just has a good, memorable bounce and feel to it. It's also just a great tune we all love. So I want to walk through it today. We'll follow our usual pattern. It has an A part and a B part. I'll walk us through each, one phrase at a time. Then, in the play along with Scott section, I'll play through the entire tune, including repeats. Following this, I'll talk about any challenges I think you'll experience. I'll share some recommendations for ornamentation and expression. And after that, we'll talk about a couple of fun things about the history of the tune. And for today's walkthrough, I'm using my Howard Lodi with a balanced head. And I'll put links in the notes to this video as to where you could pick one up if you'd like. And I'm also sticking a link at the top of the notes to the video to the page of my website from which you could download the music and tabs for this fun tune if you use those. And I'm really happy to say that there seems to be general consensus on the way the tune flows. And so that's really good. Alrighty, let's jump right in. Here is the A part, one phrase at a time. All right, that is the A part. Now, here's the B part. See, it's catchy, reasonably simple, but it's a great tune. Now, let me play through the entire tune in the play along with Scott section. All right, that's the whole tune. It's a great tune. Thinking through challenges you might experience. The polka's got that long short and then some bounciness to it. And so you got to get into that rhythm. And this is one of the reasons in the Ornamentation and Expression section, I always say listen to people playing it. and that will help. Interestingly, and there are some silly lyrics that will help you, and one of the folks I was listening to said, if you want to learn the tune, sing it. And so that will help. You have the D, first octave D to the second octave D, but you're lifting that, the index finger on your top hand makes that easy. There aren't really many challenges. It's more the rhythm and the pace that you're going to need to work on. So that's good. That's really good. Ornamentation and expression is a polka, so it's dancey. So select ornaments that have that kind of bouncy feel to them, and the tune itself has a lot of bounciness to it. And so I like to hit some of the notes a little shorter. In a couple of days, I am going to share a practice session, but just some, kind of like that, just punchier than that though. So yeah, just something that's gonna feel like you just want to get up and move around. So minimal ornamentation and expression ideas there from me, because as always, I want you to listen to folks and then go mess around, and then so that you're working on it between now and when I share one of my practice sessions. I think it's important for you and me to own the tune. And so I want you to dive into that, which is why I don't dive deeply into ornamentation ideas. I kind of like to get you started during this session so that you can really rock and roll on your own. So let's think through the history of the tune. There's honestly no definitive history as to where the tune started, where the tune came from. Polkas came into Ireland like 1840s-ish, so it's probably not older than that. But there are different versions of the tune in different styles, so the flow of the tune, different people look to other old tunes to say, well, it may have come from this tune. So we don't really know for sure the origin of the tune. But the first reference to the tune is in a book by Charles Kickham in 1879. I just want to share a little bit of the story out of his book because it's funny. There's a man out walking and he slips in a bog and thinks he catches his trousers on like a stump in the bog and tears his trousers. And he stops at a friend's house to get warm. They share a drink. And he wants to ask if he could get some replacement trousers and stockings. And there's another friend there who's playing the little mouth harp, and he's playing this little ditty on it. And the guy who ripped his trousers said, "What's that? That's fun." And he said, "Oh, you're not familiar with this tune?" He says, "No." And so the other man starts singing the words to the tune, and they go, "Oh, my breeches full of stitches, oh, my breeches buckled on, oh, my breeches full of stitches, oh, my breeches buckled on." And that's all the words that are in the story that Kickham shares. And then somebody says, "Man, you always have words on the ready," to the guy that made up the song on the fly. So I found another set of lyrics that run through the whole A and B part. And, it's hard to know. It's hard to even know if the lyrics that were in the book were related to the tune in the first place, or somehow they got married up. That's probably more the case. But the other full set of lyrics goes, "Oh, those breeches full of stitches. Oh, those pants all hanging down. Oh, those breeches full of stitches. Oh, those pants all hanging down. If you want a pair of breeches not a falling round your feet, then you need a lot of stitches. Make them fine and make them neat." Because of the pants reference, those of you who know, I don't think this is Irish or British or Scottish, the lyrics, but I honestly didn't dig into that hole to find out. They may be, but I have my doubts on that. So anyway, it's a great tune. It's a fun tune. Dive into it. Honestly, since out of everything I shared, that was about the lyrics, not really about the tune, from the history of the tune. So take all of that with a huge grain of salt, because the tune's probably either married to the lyrics, older, we don't really know. But it's a lot of fun to play. I hope you enjoy playing it. Dive in. If you're brand new and checking us out because of this walkthrough, please subscribe and join our great community of folks learning to play the whistle together. Until next time, my friends, this is Scott Shade. Happy whistling!